Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Nicolette Halliday, and today I have the most beautiful Bridget Eileen Cisco with me today, and we're talking about our upcoming book, Get Published Industry Experts Share Their Secrets. Hi, Bridget.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Happy Monday.
Mm.
So, so today we want to come and we just really want to talk a little bit of the deeper reasons why we're putting this book together. Of course, there is kind of what's on the surface, the very practical reasons of wanting to put a book together like this, the networking that goes around it, the opportunities that we're providing for the contributors, the wanting to get change the dynamics of the publishing industry is such a kind of more of an underbelly, right, Bridget?
Absolutely. Yeah, you and I had a great conversation. I think it was on Friday, and we were getting really fired up because we were asking ourselves the question of what are we really doing here? Like, what is the purpose and the imprint of this book on society? What is the ripple effect that it has? And what we truly feel is that things are changing, the tide's changing, and we get to revolutionize an industry that has looked very, very different over the last hundreds and hundreds of years. We are
That's
now living in a time where anyone can publish their own book, anyone can maintain the rights over their own book, anyone can even make all the royalties of their own book, anyone can connect with their own team to publish, promote, and market their own book. Everything is changing, and we just get to usher in possibility for aspiring authors.
Yes, absolutely. And sorry, I didn't mean to be looking down for me. I wanted it was set to private, so no one was getting to see this. So I had to change it to public on my Facebook page so people could actually watch us if they had the opportunity to. So anyway, absolutely, absolutely. And we were getting fired up. And um so um one of the biggest parts about this, and I know we've talked a lot about it, but I don't know if we can talk enough about it, is the networking piece about how really bringing together leaders and experts who are doing this work, who are doing it differently, who are showing up and saying, how can I make this mine? How can I make this a more catered experience for my clients? How can I work with the people who I love to work with? How can I, change the dynamics of the typical industry? How can I imprint more of myself into this? And so, what I know this is so near and dear to your heart. You're a collaborator at your core, and you want to make, for anyone who is watching this who doesn't know Bridget, Bridget is absolutely like the definition of collaboration. Like, she really, really wants people to succeed in everything she does. She just is like, let's make it so people can win. And so talk a little bit about that, about what that means to you and kind of what your vision is for the network part of this.
I have always been a natural bringer together of humans, I would say. Even when I think back to friendships of different friend groups, I was always the connecting piece between those people. And beyond that, when I started hosting women's circles a couple of years ago, I realized the simplicity in holding space for expression, for creativity, for voices, and for stories. And it was quite a simple task at hand, yet profound in the impact and the effects. And now, 2 years ago, when we started doing multi author books, I wanted to bring that same philosophy of the women's circle into a collaborative book project. So, when we're talking about here, get published, industry experts share their secrets, I want to bring that same philosophy into this. And we actually have our first author hive call tomorrow, which is like our networking, our training calls with that same philosophy of how can we come together? How can we share our magic? How can we ask questions? How can we get inspired for the greater good of all? And if you are listening to this and you are supporting authors in any stage of the publishing journey, from editing to writing to being a book coach to being a speaking coach, we'd love some speaking coaches, actually.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Come in.
absolutely. Yes, come in. And I think, just to piggyback of what Bridget said, um, the people, the contributors in this book, we see it at, these are our colleagues. These are people who are doing amazing work. And the women who have already signed up, this is open for men too, but it's so far been mostly women. They are all women, I should say. They are operating at this very high standard of just the what they're infusing into their work. And so here we are. We were talking about how this book is different because of the level of collaborators that we're bringing in, and because we want all of their energy, like, and their ideas, and we so value like their contributions, that it makes it feel a little different, right? It feels like we are upping the game. Like,
Yeah.
we are like, okay, what can we do to inspire other people? How can we push this just a little bit further, right?
Yeah, I keep getting this visual of us like all on this like ship together, and we all have are all playing an equal role. It's like someone's at the helm, someone's hoisting the sails. Like each of us has our role to keep
Mhm.
this ship moving forward, and no one's role is less important or more important. It's the sum of the parts that make the whole stronger. I think that's the saying.
Mhm.
And that's really what we see here. We have been very, I would say, focused on curating the right people for this experience. So just to like list it off, we have ghostwriter, we have book writing coach, we have book coach, we have copy editor, we have publishers, so numerous publishers. I'm kind of taking the role as more of the visibility and promotional marketing piece. But we are really looking for this, like, let's go back to that metaphor of the ship. We want all the parts of the ship to move people forward. So if you support anyone, come join the ship so we
Yeah.
can, sail on, sail
Mm.
away together into the
Yes.
beautiful seas.
Come join the ship, join this movement, because
Yes.
that's what we see. And this powerful network, this is really the beginning of what we see as being something that continues to grow, continues to impact, continues to set standards, continues to raise the bar. Come in and be a part of that, because it's really incredible. Like, just a real life example, Bridget and I working together, I have this ability to see, like, have cast a vision, and Bridget has this amazing ability to take it and like move with it. And so when you can take those kinds of, of course, we're all working in our own niche, but then we also bring our own magic into this experience. And so it's going to be so interesting how this all, how it all develops and what ends up coming from it when we really value so much the contribution of what we're creating. So we have our first author hive meeting today, and it's really just the beginning of like the fun part about being at the beginning of something and creating something different and seeing a vision is there's this place you get a dream into that you get to move into. So we're kind of at the beginning of that. So it's really, really incredible, right? So one of the things that I know you and I have had a lot of talk about is that publishing is changing, and we on our own have a voice in that and have an impact, and we are chipping away, doing it the way that we want to see it. We are casting a vision, we are moving in that direction. But when you get together and you can collaborate and bring in more people and create a movement, you have a larger voice, you have a bigger push, and people start understanding it, right? So what are some of the ways that you think publishing is changing?
Mm. One thing that we've talked about on a couple of these lives is that there are no more gatekeepers. Well, there are, right? And I like to also preface this with I don't think there's a right and a wrong way of doing it. Like, if you have a huge audience and you have a lot of social clout, you
Yeah.
very well might get picked up by a traditional publisher where you're going to split the royalties, you'll get your book advances, yada, yada. We're really talking about the everyday householder, the business owner who is and knows deeply down that they have a story to share. They want to write a book that maybe helps them boost their business. They want to get themselves out there in new ways. And they might even have like a manuscript on their computer that they've been writing over the years. And now they're at this place of like, what the heck do I do with this? How do I get it edited? Like, how does a book actually put together?
Yeah.
So all of those little moving pieces that we know people are asking questions about. So this book is here to serve as the answer to those questions, because it is going to be curated and written by people who are doing exactly that for you. And now for people in the publishing industry, in the more hybrid, independent industry, we really feel it's important to band and link arms, because we have questions. We are using, platforms like Ingram Spark and Amazon KDP, and we have questions. We want to really be able to connect with other people who are helping a similar client and do better for them.
Tap into that collective consciousness and the wisdom and knowledge, and that's how we grow. That's how we transform. That's how we develop through and make a stronger platform, right? I think one of the biggest ways that I see the changing dynamics in publishing is that people are really seeing this as an experience, not just I publish a book as a vehicle to grow my business, to get on podcasts, to, leverage media opportunities, even though it absolutely is that. And they
Mhm.
also want to, take advantage of those benefits. But people also see it as really stepping through as this experience of writing and publishing a book and how they're growing through that. I think more and more people are valuing having someone intimate closely by their side as they're moving through that process, as they're bumping up against a lot of the fear around visibility, as they snag into how do I make them, what kind of products and services do I sell? What is the best way to leverage this? Having someone kind of guide them through that process, I think, is so valuable. More and more people are saying, I want to have that experience. I want to trust that the publisher is close, them and their team intimately care about this book that I'm putting out into the world. They really want the best for me. And they really want to create a great experience, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
So
what is
that's one of the changing ways. And I think the contributors in this book, those are the people that we're calling in. These are the people who really understand this on such an intimate level, the power in sharing our stories, the power in, and the really like amazing part about holding your book and accomplishing something that only a few people are able to accomplish in a lifetime, and doing it in a way that feels really good, that doesn't feel so lonely, that doesn't feel so isolating, that feels like growth and transformation.
Heck yes. Yeah. So we have 10, including us, contributing authors to this book.
Mhm.
Ideally, we'd love to have a group and a network of 20 incredible leaders who support authors at any stage of that publishing journey. So if you're listening to this and you are the editor, if you're a cover designer, any kind of graphic design, maybe you do interior formatting as well, talk to us, speaking coaches, comment on
Mhm.
this video, talk to us. We'd love to have you join the network and collaborative book. We've made this like very accessible as well. I've joined networking communities that are like 3 times this. So our investment for the book and to be part of our community is 1,111. If you want your name on the cover and additional support with podcast, it's 2,222. So again, very accessible. We have payment plans. Like we're doing this in a way that's accessible for everyone. And honestly, in terms of marketing and advertising for your business, this is an incredible way to not only get in front of potentially ideal clients, but also network with the people who need your services.
Yes, absolutely. And like we come join this movement. Come have your voice. Like we know you're doing the work. We know what you're doing. And when we can get together, when we can band together arm in arm and really be like, look, we're setting a standard. And it's going to be so fun to see like the standard that Bridget and I are seeing for this book. And really calling in those people who also see that standard inside their own work, inside their own business. And absolutely, like I can't say this enough. the people who, the designers and the illustrator, you come into this network, and I promise you, how would it feel to have people who you love, you love, and you enjoy to work with, feeding you referrals on a regular basis, because that's absolutely what's going to happen. And the potential is so there. So, come in, reach out to Bridget or I. The link is in the comments. I'll put it in the link is in the description. I'll also place it in the comments to keep it super easy. Check out the link. There's a quick video. Reach out to Bridget and I if you have any questions and just want to have a quick conversation. We want to answer all your questions. We really want to hear your vision and, be able to provide a platform for you to really cast it in this book. So excited to have you here. And so thank you all, and happy Monday, everyone. I hope everyone's gearing up for an amazing week, and we hope to talk to you really soon.
See ya.
Bye.